My husband asked for cash for a boys' weekend, but I discovered he was actually whisking his mistress away for a lavish romantic escape. So, I flew to their destination, confronted them during their upscale dinner, and handed him divorce papers in front of the entire restaurant. Here's the full story. My husband, Derek, lost his job about 8 months ago, and things have been tough. Really tough. I've been the one keeping our finances together while he's supposedly job hunting, but now I'm questioning what he's actually been doing with his time. Let me backtrack a bit. I work in digital marketing for a software firm and earn a solid income. Not spectacular, but enough to keep us afloat while he sorts himself out. I've been understanding because I know losing a job can shake your confidence, but 8 months is a long stretch. I started getting annoyed because every evening I'd come home from work and ask about his job search, and he'd give me these hazy responses about submitting applications, networking, or chasing leads that never seemed to materialize. About a month ago, he came to me all hyped up, talking about a guy's trip to Las Vegas with his old college crew. He said it'd help him clear his mind and maybe even land some job leads since one of his buddies is now a recruiter. I figured, okay, maybe a change of pace would do him good, spark some drive, because frankly, his moping around the house has been driving me up the wall. He said the trip would cost around $1,500 for flights, hotel, and meals. I ran the numbers in my head and thought we could manage it if it meant he'd come back motivated to find work. So I sent the money to his account and told him to enjoy himself and maybe return with a job prospect or two. He acted all grateful, hugged me, and swore he'd turn things around. I helped him pack, as I always do for his trips. It's just our routine. While folding his clothes, I noticed a fancy new suit in his suitcase, a designer one, probably Armani, that I'd never seen before. We haven't splurged on anything like that in ages because money's been tight and this suit looked like it cost at least $700. When I asked about it, he got cagey and claimed it was an old suit he'd forgotten about buried in the closet. But I know every item in his wardrobe and this was brand new. When I pressed him, he got defensive, saying I don't pay attention to his stuff and why was I interrogating him over a suit. That should have been my first warning sign, but I brushed it off because I didn't want to start a fight before his trip. Looking back, I'm furious at myself for ignoring my instincts, which were screaming that something was off. The morning he left, I kissed him goodbye and told him to text me when he landed and to have fun with his friends. He promised to stay in touch and not to worry, and I thought maybe this trip would be good for both of us since I could use a few days to myself. But then strange things started happening and I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. The first night, he texted me around midnight saying they were all wiped out from traveling and crashing early. That didn't sound like Derek and his college buddies, who usually party until dawn when they get together. The next day, I tried calling him around noon, and his phone went straight to voicemail. When I texted to check if he was okay, he replied hours later, claiming they were at a pool party and his phone had died. But I noticed his WhatsApp showed him online 15 minutes after my call, so his phone wasn't dead at all. The third night, I called him at 8 p.m. and he answered but sounded rushed like he wanted to get off the phone. I heard music in the background, but it wasn't bar or club music. It sounded like upscale lounge music, maybe jazz. When I asked where they were, he said they were at a sports bar catching a game. But there were no crowd or game noises, and the music didn't match. When I pointed that out, he got snappy and accused me of being paranoid, saying he had to go because his friends were waiting. I can't tell you the full story in short. To watch the full story, click the related link below.